Hey YouTube, how's it going today, guys? Today is awesome. It's a good day actually. Hyperscape came out with the new patch 1.1 for both console and PC. Today we're gonna go over a little bit of it, kind of explain what's going on, kind of go over it together, trying to see what they're doing. So it looks like that new key features have Scape. The controller response curve setting. They've aim response curve, classic curve, and linear curve. Awesome, that's great. I've been hearing that a lot from the console community that they want a response curve, a curve so they can actually adjust it and turn off the ability to turn off aim acceleration. I'm glad they put that in there. That's really good. They've dished permits to aiming sensitivity options. Yes, so they actually had put it where you can really fine tune rather than just being like an 8 sensitivity or 9 sensitivity. It'd be like 8.5, 8.3, whatever it may be. Just kind of really fine tune that. Let's see. They give you player profile stats. So they have average eliminations per match. There's actually no average eliminations in general. So I think, I mean, I don't think it really matters because it's going to take your average. It's still a KD. So that's great. They also got average damage. Yep, that was in there. Patches, matches one solo and in a squad. Yep, they have a damage counter, eliminations, assists, restores, and played. Yeah, no, they have all that. That's a legitimate representation of what's in there. I haven't seen the report feature. I haven't really run into anybody that I really need to report. Honestly, like poor teamwork. Okay, I mean that's to each their own. I'm sure I've got reported of that a few times. I'm sure someone else is going to get reported of that. Like, meh. So I haven't seen the options to report players. I haven't ran into an issue where I need to report a player either though. To be fair, the Hexfire did get a nerf. It got a huge magazine nerf, and they reduced the aim assist. Although I play on PC, and it's a little bit different. And it seemed like every time I came against Hexfire, they were hitting ridiculously amount of headshots, a ridiculous amount. Yeah, they got a huge nerf though. I mean, I don't know, was that 50% nerf? It went from 150 to 270 all the way down to where it goes 100, 180, and like 20 bullets per fusion. I don't know, man. Like it's still it seems like it does pretty good work on console right now. It's not doing too bad. I got killed by it quite a few times actually. The mammoth did get a huge nerf, thankfully. I think they did kind of balance it out though when they increased the magazine size. It no longer can two tap you at level one. It's probably a three tap now. It can only one tap you at max fusion. It's now that same damage where it'll definitely two tap you. I believe that the 4 damage probably give it a three tap. I ran into a few times, ran into it, where people still using the mammoth. It's good at peppering you. Like it's good at doing a little bit of damage. It's still a little inconsistent because the damage is so low. It's not, you can't really, in the spread of it, it's a little weird. There's some times where it was really good, and in some places where it wasn't. Overall, I think the nerf is great for the mammoth. I think that the mammoth needed it. I think that it's still a very viable weapon. It's still something you definitely use, especially indoors. It's very strong indoors. Here's something that everybody's been asking for, and it's a really good way of balance. So they did this for the protocol. They gave it a damage fall off 150 plus meters. That's pretty far away, actually. That's probably like 5 or 6 houses, 5 or 6 building rooftops down. Like that's a pretty long distance. So I'm glad that rather than making it where it can't be a one shot anymore, that they gave it a damage fall off. I don't know how big that fall off is. We're not really gonna know because it's hard to judge how far 150 meters is. It really is, unless you got people in the lobby who are willing to work with you. Good luck with that because it's a BR. You can't really do any sort of like solo queuing and testing stuff. Um, Actually, I might have to go and check in the training area. There may be a 150 plus meter out that way. I might be able to see what kind of damage that does. We'll check about that. We'll see. I'm gonna look into that. I'll get back to you on that. They added a lens flare. It's like a bright red or yellowish, depending on how you put your settings, your colorblind mode. If you didn't do it, it's bright red. If you put it on like Protanopia, the yellow one, it's a yellow color. It's really very noticeable. You 100% realize that it's going there. That there's someone there trying to snipe at you, looking in your general direction. The Salvo, they basically made it to where it's more predictable, where the grenades just don't bounce craziness and just go around everywhere. They made it way more predictable and increase the radius on it, so you can kind of like it takes a little more skill to run it. I like that was pretty good. I saw a couple Salvo players. It was doing all right. This is the one that I'm sad about. The Riot One damage, man. It's only like they said what 4 to 5%. Yeah, 4 to 5% damage decrease. It's only 2 points per level, and it can still 3 and 2 and 4 tap you and whatnot. Man, I got almost wrecked by a guy already. He hit 2 headshots, and I was at full health, and I had a smidge left. I barely won that fight. But I I'm sad they did it, but I also know that they were going to need it no matter what, because this gun is going to come up and reign supreme like the Mammoth did. It's going to come up and it's going to be the gun to use. The only downside to this weapon, though, is that it has a very, very high skill gap, skill ceiling. It's very hard to actually use it because it's hit scan, so you can't just lead targets. I mean, hit scan doesn't really have anything to do with that. What am I talking about? Either way, the right one is probably the most rewarding gun in the game. If you hit your shots, you're hitting at 125. That's a 4 tap. No, 5. That's 5 tap. 5 shots. That's all 5. And you're not. No one's ever just gonna run the right one. No one is. That's. I don't know about that. Now if you hit him with a headshot, it's a little bit different. It's like 38 level 1 if I remember right. Or 36, something like that. The right one's really, 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 really good. Highly suggest you guys trying it out. Highly suggest you guys running it, give it a shot, and like actually delve some time into training the aim with it, and you'll never want to go back away from it. It's very good, and I foresee it never really dying out. They also did something with the crown mechanics. A lot of people were complaining about that, saying that the crown mechanic was a little iffy, a little lackluster at best. So here's what they did. They basically increased the cooldown by 300%. They've essentially doubled the cooldown penalty for your hacks by. They essentially doubled it. They essentially doubled that. That's good. That means you can't just run around and about and just keep running and using 2 movement hacks and running it. They basically made it to where it's more about the gunplay, and the crown is like if you see an opportunity type of deal. The timer is now 60 seconds rather than 45 on it. That's pretty good. So again, they're trying to make it more of gunplay. Crownbearer's outline is now yellow, previously red. Okay, whatever. That's cool. I don't know why that makes a big difference, but okay. They set up the aim assist. They gave you an adjustment slider from 0 to 100. It defaults at 90. Little small tip there at 90. Go and check your default settings on there. Just give it a shot. And then aim assist PC controller has been reduced. Good, because I still even now think it's too powerful. I still think it's ridiculous. That's all I gotta say. That's it. I still think it needs to be brought down a little bit. Whatever. The decimal mouse setting, I was talking about this earlier. You now fine tune your mouse settings. Sensitivities. Default for controller is now 15, 15, 40, 40. They brought it down a little bit from the 2020 70, 70, which is good because the default was really high from what I heard about the console players. Cool. Kudos. Twitch Comcast extension. Kudos are now bigger and display longer time. Good. That means it makes it stands out a little bit better. More kudos are displayed on screen for each activation by viewer. A minimum amount of 3 will be displayed. Okay, cool. I mean, all right. Kudos are like bits for those of you who don't know. They kind of like they kind of give not really. They're kind of like bits, but for the viewer. They you put in some money, put in some bits, and you get out kudos, which will in turn give you more experience by watching the said streamer. Game events rotation 3 events previous to 2. So basically you have yeah. Once triggered in a match, game events won't have a chance to trigger again until another 3 events. There you go. That's how it is. Basically, you get 1 set per match. Online, fix an issue where players in other regions of the Americas would get matchmaking errors when not able to ping any data center. Yeah, I didn't run into the issue. I'm glad they fixed it though. Fix an issue where long matchmaking times would occur during high loads if you were part of the last players to join in the queue. Hmm. Okay. I'm glad those issues are fixed. They fixed challenge card eliminations with hacks. Using the mine hack, they did fix that. Picking up weapons from the ground would sometimes cause them to disappear. Yes, that I ran into that. That's annoying. Would sometimes get stuck under the map before the eliminated screen appears. Yes, that actually had happened to Kermit. Kermit, that's a good fix. I'm glad they realized that. And some other UI and general fixes here, like incorrect month and blah blah blah, like small things like that. That's okay. But either way, there was a weapon balancing. It was a lot. I mean, I'm glad they did it. I'm glad that they balanced out, and it seemed like it balanced out pretty well. Playing quite a for like 3 hours this morning, 2 or 3 hours this morning. I'm glad it balanced itself out. The protocol is still one tap. I'm super happy about that. The salvo is a little more whatever. That's fine. Salvo. If you like running salvo, sorry, but there are better guns. Just trust me. I promise you, there are better weapons. Right one nerf and Hexfire nerf. Okay, well, I'm glad. Thanks you guys for stopping by. Thank you for clicking on this video. I appreciate it. If you could honestly leave a like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be great. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like about the video. Let me know how things are going for you in Hyperscape. Let me know how things are working out for you. All right. I thank you.